Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello, dog lovers. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to another live show. Everything seems to be working. I think everything is as should be working. Hope you're doing well. Let me just quickly check around to see if everything is okay. All right, seems to be okay. So hopefully you can hear me and see me. If you're live with me, give me a thumbs up, chat, or anything like that, and we'll get started pretty soon. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes for everybody just to come in, and let me see. There we go. Get started pretty soon. So I'm just going to wait. Okay. Looks like the sound is good. Video is good. Everything is working well. In this channel, we focus on training dogs and educating you as a dog owner to become an educated dog lovers and train dogs without the use of treats, food, aversive tools like shock collars, prong collars, choke chain collars, force, domination, or being alpha. And we use instead play and praise as a reward for training your dog. So play and praise are two of the most effective and most natural forms of reward for any dog. I have many videos that I talk about this topic, and today also, if the subject comes up and your question is regarding this topic, I'll expand on that a little bit more. Very soon, I'm going to start answering your questions. Feel free to ask your questions in the comment in the chat area. And if you want to have a question really answered in depth, and you want really an answer that you really can take it and implement it today and start working on it, feel free to use the super chat option. When you are using the super chat, not only your question is going to be answered for sure, you're supporting the channel. By supporting the channel, I'm able to create more content for you. I'm able to come live more often, maybe. At the moment, we're doing once a week. Maybe I can come 2 or 3 times a week if you support the channel. And if you want to support the channel, there are several ways that you can support the channel. One of them is using the super chat or super sticker on the bottom left side of your chat box. If you see there's an icon, it says super chat or super sticker. One is that's one option. The other option is to go to my YouTube channel, and there you're going to see a join button. This is an opportunity for you to join my membership group. By supporting also the membership and becoming a member, you're going to get a lot of goodies, plus you're supporting the channel. So there are a few options there, options at the moment. So you have the Beagle option, which the perks are You get also not only you get the badges and emojis, customized emojis. You also get monthly photo updates and status updates from me and the channel. On the Harvey the Beagle level, you get all of those plus shout outs, and your questions will be answered in my actual videos. So every video that I make, I'm going to be mentioning your name and also answering your question. And in the other level, which is the Jonah the Beagle, you get everything else that I just explained. Plus, you get to connect with me in social media, and also you get exclusive members only video that I make only for members of the channel. So there are several ways that you can support me. The other ways of supporting the channel is obviously going and registering to one of my online courses. So by registering to any of my online courses, not only you're supporting the channel, you're getting all the goodies or all the benefits of learning and understanding your dog and train your dog fully. There are many options available, many formats of classes. There's basic obedience commands only. You just learn the basic obedience. If you have a puppy, you can start learning the puppy training basics. If you want to learn what are your dog's 5 essential needs, I have a online course as well. If you have trouble walking your dog on a leash, I have a course. And if you want to learn how to train your dog without treats, I have also another course. Plus, if you want to learn the concept of training your dog without the use of treats or food or aversive tools, I have a free course called Intro to Dog Training Without the Treats. So that's another options as well for you. So there are several options available to support the channel and get some feedback from me and the whole entire channel and content and all that. So hopefully you will take advantage of those. Before I start answering your questions, I wanted to also give you some updates about what's going on. First of all, in the next few weeks, on Sunday uploads, especially the Sunday uploads, every week, actually next month maybe, you're going to see some content that are exclusive to my channel only. And these are interviews and video content that no other channel provides, I think. And the purpose of this content is to help you to learn even more and become more educated about dogs, and in general become educated dog lovers. So I have few interviews coming up, one with a dog trainer, the other one is with a vet, very well known and very educated holistic and veterinarian, that it's just fascinating to learn from her. And these are the content and the information that she shares with us. It's unique, it's one of a kind, and you're going to learn and benefit from them a lot. So I highly suggest you to make sure to subscribe to my channel. And also, when you're subscribing, hit the bell icon to get all the notifications from the channel. So you will definitely get notified as soon as those videos goes up. Plus, I have created other videos as well that they are going to blow your mind. I'm changing the format of my videos a little bit, so it's going to give you a different view and different content kind of type of style that you haven't seen before. So I'm changing it a little bit just because of your feedback that I've received. And I want to also change the style that I'm doing. So the content that I'm going to share also is changing a little bit, but it's still high quality. I believe still stays high quality, even higher quality, I would say. So I'm very excited for the future. And there are many things that I have planned for the channel, and also as content form, in content form. There are many formats and styles and information that I want to share with you, and I'm so excited for the next year. And this year has been a horrible year, but I think I've kept myself focused on providing even more content for you. So by focusing on that, I haven't drift off into negative environment and negative mindset. So I've kept myself positive just because of you guys, just because of the love that you share for the channel, and your feedback and your energy that I get from you guys. It's supporting me as well and energizing me to provide even more content. So I'm very excited for the next year as well. Keep an eye on this Sunday's video. Just giving you a heads up. All right. Okay. So how is everybody doing? Neil, I see you're in the chat area. I will answer your questions, but I think you definitely need to register to my online course and take advantage of that. But Neil, let me know how old are you, first of all? What type of dog do you have? And how old is your dog? Just give me a feedback as well. Everybody else, if you are here, also remember to give me a little bit more information. But how old is your dog? And also, what type of dog is it that you have? Okay. And remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. Give it a like, please, because the more likes I get, the better this channel reflects on the universe. Okay, so we need to make sure that the energy that you're sharing on this channel spreads all over the world and the universe, and we are able to help other dog lovers just like you. All right, so okay, so I will start. So Neil is saying, I'm 16 and I have a 4-month-old golden retriever. All right. Okay, good to know. It's good to know for me, because Neil, you are one of the members who is, he is a frequent member of the channel. So I like to know a little bit more who you are. So everybody else also, if you could give me a little bit more information about you, that would be great as well, because I want to know you a little bit more, so I can reflect a little bit more focused answers to your questions. But Neil, I'll get to your questions in a moment, but there is one question before you. I'll start with that, and then we'll go from there. So welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I think this is the first question. Thati, I think it's Thati. I'm pronouncing it right, I hope. Thati is asking, are Beagles as good as Coonhounds? Yes, they are. My head is being cut. Okay, that's better. Beagles are Beagles as good as Coonhounds? Well, they are same type of breed of dogs. They're hound group. The only difference between Coonhounds and Beagles there's a couple of, I think, major differences. Coonhounds have stronger scent detection. Their nose is more sensitive than Beagles. And the other biggest difference between Coonhounds and Beagles is that Beagles are kind of bred to hunt prey or animals as big as rabbits, But coonhounds have been bred to not hunt, but go after bigger animals than rabbits. That's the major difference. And coonhounds, because of their sensitive nose, they're I'm sure you know they're mostly used for tracking lost people, or jails and police. They use them for tracking criminals. So they are good. Beagles are as good as coonhound, but I would say it's just maybe a level lower when it comes to tracking and hunting. As a dog, I think they're as good as any other dog, I would say. So let's go to Neil. Neil is asking, my golden retriever puppy starts running like mad in the house. Why does he do that? He does this 2 to 3 times a day. And you have another question. I will answer this first question, and then I'll elaborate on the other one. Golden retrievers are just full of positive, fun energy, and that's what they're good at, and that's what they shine for, And if your golden retriever is running like mad in the house a few times a day, that's because it's physically and mentally not stimulated enough. Now, you know what I mean? So what I want you to do is, again, focus on this. Focus on providing your Goldens 5 daily essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If you don't provide these 5 things for your Golden, what happens is your Golden is not satisfied, is not happy, physically and mentally is not happy and satisfied. So what it does, it just by running around, it releases that pent up energy. So it's very important for you not only focus on why is it doing this? Is it my fault or is it dog fault? It's always the human fault when we have behavioral issues with dogs. Whatever it is, it's human fault. The reason for that is because we're not providing our dogs daily essential needs. And you hear me saying this over and over again in my live videos, in my regular videos. It's very important. You have to provide proper amount of exercise for any dog, puppy or adult or young or senior dog. You have to provide enough amount of exercise, which is physical stimulation. You have to provide training as well, which is mental stimulation. You have to provide socialization, which is social stimulation. And then you provide care and affection. Basically, you need to focus on providing your dogs daily 3 main things, which are exercise, training, and socialization. If you provide these three at least, which I know you provide a good care and affection for your dog, but those have their own time and place. But the first 3 are the most important part, and you need to provide them on daily basis, every day, 2 or 3 or 5 times a day, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your dog energy. And your other question is, how do potty training sprays work? So, Neil, definitely you need to register to my online course, online puppy training course, because there are lots of there are lots of things that you don't know and you're not doing it. And what if you just, now this is to everybody, not only to Neil. If you just have this problem and that problem, and you want to just solve this problem, and then another problem comes up, and then you solve that problem, another problem. These are called band-aid solutions. When you deal with any problem with band-aid solution, the problem is not going away. It's going to create even more problems, and you're not really dealing with it. The way you deal with a problem is by learning the whole concept of the issue. In this case, we're talking about dogs, right? Especially that you have a golden retriever, right? Golden retrievers are, high energy puppies. They have a lot of fun energy in them, and which you need to have a way of providing an opportunity for a golden to release that energy in a way that is beneficial to you. And potty training, when you spray a dog or potty training spray, that's again band-aid solution. I'm not sure what you mean by spray, potty training sprays. Is it to clean the accident that puppy has, or you spray the the dog so it won't do it again? But I think you're talking about the sprays that, when a dog has an accident. If your puppy is having accidents in the house, it's not because and you clean it up, it doesn't mean that it's your dog is not going to go do it on top of it or beside it or around it. Sprays, even though you spray it, the smell's still there. So what it means is the band-aid solution, you're still dealing with that issue. No matter what product you use to remove the smell or stain of the accident, your dog's nose is still 1,000 times much more stronger than you. You may not be able to smell it, but they still smell the urine smell. They're smarter than us in many ways, right? So spraying is just covers up. The solution is not gone away. You have to deal with the core issue. Why is it that your puppy is having accidents in the house? How do you solve that? So you take your puppy every 2 hours out. How do you do that? You learn to create schedule, and you just take it, and every 2 hours you take it out, whether it does the business or not. You take it out and let the puppy learn that that's where you want it to do. Okay, and you learn all these and much, much more in the online course. So that's what I want you to focus on, not just spray. Okay, all right. Let's go to the next question, which is from Yasna. And let me see if everything is going well. By the way, you will see a fundraiser icon on the bottom of this video. Helping, being myself an Armenian descendant, I'm supporting the emergency aid needed for Armenian civilians at war. As you know, there's a war going on near Armenia, for stupid reasons. I don't usually get into politics on my channel, but I'm doing a fundraiser as well today. So if you could also donate to this good cause, would be great. And Yasna is asking, hello Saro, our Beagle consumes soil and leaves when we take him to our garden. Are there any ways by which we can prevent him from consuming it? Let it do it. When you have especially if it's a puppy, I'm not sure if your Beagle is a young one or adult one. If it's an adult one, that's a different story. If it's an adult one, it's a matter of boredom. Again, you need to provide your dogs, Beagles, daily 5 essential needs, which are, let me see, there we go, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. You have to provide these 5 things for your adult beagle. If it's an adult and he's doing that, then it's bored and it needs a little bit different form of stimulation, which is by providing these 5 things. Now, if it's a puppy, that's a different story. If your puppy is eating stuff, if it's too much, if it's overdoing it, then it's a problem. But if it's here and there and it's a little bit here and there, that's okay. First of all, it's very healthy for dogs and even humans to eat a little bit of dirt. I don't want to gross you, but dirt is, comes from earth. And it's been very beneficial. If we need to touch earth, we're not touching the earth as much as before, dirt and things like that. We used to, I don't know, in some countries still, especially in North American, modern countries, we are very far from nature and dirt and touching and getting involved in nature. And dogs in some countries, there are people who are involved with, touching dirt and getting involved with nature and all that very naturally, and it's an everyday lifestyle for them. But if your beagle is eating dirt and leaves and stuff, it's fine. It's good for them actually. It gives them nature is helping a natural animal to benefit from its nature, right? So it's beneficial in that way. So don't think negatively. It won't cause any health issues unless it is consumed in very dangerous amount. But a little bit here and there is fine. And the other thing is that beagle puppies in general and puppies, they tend to experience life by their mouth. They don't have hands and arms and thumb like us, right? So what they do is they put things in their mouth and they figure out if this is good, this is safe, this is normal, what is this? And if your dog is eating leaves and stuff, probably its body is telling it that that's what you need to eat. I need that. And if it was bad, your beagle wouldn't take it in, right? You know what I mean? In the big picture. But in general, that's how they experience life. That's how they learn about what's happening around them, what's happening in the world, and what is good, what is bad. So I would be looking in a different way. We have a question from Rahul. My beagle puppy is 6 months old now, and her energy level is pretty high. Will this reduce over time, and the habit of biting into furniture will stop? So again, you have a 6 month old puppy, and yes, the energy level is high. That's healthy energy. That's how it should be. If they are low energy, there's something wrong with them. But in general, puppies and every dog has a different personality, and high energy personalities tend to have this outlook to life is that I want to have fun, right? I want to do things, right? And when they tell you to do that, like you have to provide that, right? Annie, come. Annie, let me show you guys something. Annie, come. Hold on, guys. Look who's here. Annie is here. Annie is going to talk on the microphone. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Annie is here, and Annie is co-hosting the show today. But this is a high energy dog. You see the energy level. She wants to go out and play. The problem is that she's in heat. Yes, she's in heat now, so I can't get her going and hanging out with other dogs and boys and things like that. So I have to come up with different ways of reducing that and controlling and managing that energy, right? So the way I do it is I focus on providing Annie's daily 5 essential needs, especially now. So we're in the same boat, right? You have a puppy, 6-month-old puppy. I have an almost a year-old puppy, but she's in heat and she's a high energy dog. She needs a lot of stimulation, mental and physical stimulation, right? So I need to provide that for her. So the way I do it, I focus on these 5 things. I'm exercising her, especially now that she's in heat. She can get involved with dogs and other boys and girls and play with them. So I have to provide different form of exercise. I focus on walking her a little bit more, play private games. We play fetch and training. I do training. That training, it's a mental stimulation. My training method is different than other trainers. I use play and praise to train my dog. So my Annie is not only being trained but also is getting stimulated mentally as well. So I provide a lot of physical, mental stimulation. The socialization also, I take her out for walks and I let her meet people and dogs and things like that. And at the moment I can't socialize her, one, because of the pandemic that is going on, two, because of she's in heat, so I can socialize her with dogs. So I'm replacing the socialization with a lot of mental and physical stimulation, and then I provide care and affection. So that's what you need to also focus on. Okay, for biting issue, I'm going to share a video that you can watch it. I'm going to share in the chat area. Let me see. I'm going to share in the chat area. You can go ahead and watch. It's called Training Beagle Puppy to Stop Biting. Okay, so it's in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that, and then deal with the biting. Okay. All right. Let me just move that. Okay. I don't know what that was, but all right. Hopefully that answered your question, Rahul. We have. Can't pronounce your first name. I'm just going to go with your last name, Maximus. That's easier for me to say. Maximus has a question about any tips on preventing a beagle from jumping after food. Yes. Watch my video, which is coming up on Wednesday the 28th. Okay. Wednesday the 28th. I have a video that is coming about how to control your dog who's jumping. But it could be jumping on people, could be jumping on counters and things like that. But so watch that video. So make sure that you, again, subscribe to the channel so you will get notified as soon as that video comes up. Make sure that you click on the bell icon and click on all notifications, so you will get all notification as soon as the video goes on. So you can watch that, definitely watch that video. But if a beagle is beagles are foodie, right? And I've done a video before about the personality of beagles, goods and bads of beagles. So one of the issues that we have with beagles is that they're foodie, right? So it's not a matter of getting them not to jump or anything like that, but it has to do with controlling the environment and the situation which the Beagle is involved. So you know that, for example, your Beagle is going to jump on the counter. So I suggest you to block the counter area or the kitchen from your Beagle. Somehow you have to be blocking it. There's expands, there's baby gates that you can install, there's expands that you can put. If you're eating during the dinner, for example, or lunch, whatever, and your Beagle comes on the table and jumps on you and begs or whatever it is, put it in a crate, put it in a different area, right? But the main thing is to teach and train your Beagle not to even think about doing stuff like that, right? So from the puppyhood, you have to teach your Beagle not to come around the table, for example, hang around the table, hang around the kitchen. Those are areas that you want to say to yourself and your family members that these are areas that we can't allow the Beagle to be around, because it's, first of all, they're foodie. It's going to take over their mind if you do it. And second of all, it will stress them out if you let them come in by the table, and then the table, and then the puppy is hanging out around the table, and then it's not getting what it wants, right? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the first of all, you don't teach it that, you don't allow it to practice that behavior, and second of all, control and manage it. And also watch my video on Wednesday. That will give you a lot of additional information. We have Mike saying, "Hi, Saro. Our 4-year-old Beagle whines and whimpers a lot in the car. How should I treat this behavior?" There are a few reasons why your Beagle is whining in the car. One, it could be that the car itself, the car ride, is causing it to get stressed and anxious. The other could be the destination is causing your Beagle to get excited and anxious about it. So whichever it is, you want to address it in a way that helps your Beagle to be calm. If it's the car ride itself that is making your Beagle to get anxious, I suggest you to place it in a crate, one of those travel crates, and put it in the back seat or put it in the back of the car. That way, it relaxes your Beagle. It doesn't feel the car movement or the scenery in the window or all that. That could be the reason it's getting more anxious about the car ride itself. Now, if it's the destination, if it's going to the park and is the reason that is causing it to get stimulated and excited, then your task should be, again, the solution would be to place it in a crate. That itself will solve the problem of getting to the park and being anxious about it. But you need to also exercise your Beagle before putting your dog in the car to take it to the park. I know it kind of sounds weird, but if the destination is causing your dog to get excited or anxious, then the solution will be, for the next maybe a month or two, you exercise your Beagle for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, play or walk or whatever, bring that energy level down, and then put it in the car and see if the behavior is going to change or improve. Okay, so that would be my solution. I have a video done about this issue. I'm going to share it in the chat area. So my dog gets anxious in the car. Go ahead and watch that as well for a little bit more additional information. Samantha Lopez is saying hi. Thank you for being here, Samantha. Yes, Neil. So yes, go ahead and plan it. Put in your calendar to get going and sign up and get started there. That would be your best choice. And by the way, your book Two Simple Changes is great. I read the whole book and I would love to read more of your books. Great, thank you very much. That's a good feedback. So just to recap what happened, Neil Mehta won the free digital book of Two Simple Changes that you can make today to get results in future. Tomorrow, Meta won, and I gave it away. And not this week, but next week, I'm planning to give away a copy of my book as well. So make sure to join me next week as well for a chance to win a digital copy of my book as well. Thank you for the feedback, Neil. That's interesting. Annie has blue eyes too. That's interesting. Ashish is saying that my beagle have blue eyes. Yes, that's interesting. Very interesting. My Annie has blue eyes too. I don't know. You can't see it very well in this picture, and she's out now. I could show you, but she has blue eyes as well. And the reason she has blue eyes, she's a mixed breed, mixed beagle. So she has collie, beagle, basset, lab, and few other breeds I can't remember now. But yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen a blue eyes beagle, but my Annie has blue eyes, and it's interesting. By the way, you guys like the trick or treat? It's Halloween season. Next week is Halloween, so I hope you have. You know what Halloween is, first of all, and second of all, I hope you have arranged your dog's costume. Let me know what kind of costume you're planning to let your dog to wear. If you are going to put a costume on your dog. So let me go to the next question. Okay. We have a question from, hold on, let me see. Ashe. I'm guessing it's Ashe. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay. My beagle puppy, 2.5 months old, has a habit of biting each and everything he sees. Would be helpful if you could suggest me some ways to stop him from doing this. Actually, biting is a behavior that is very natural and normal for especially a 2.5 months old puppy to do. Okay, this is the time they should do, and they would do for another 4 to 6 months. That would still keep going, right? It will reduce eventually, but it's gonna be really going now, and then slowly is going to reduce. By the way, we have an admin at the moment, and it's admining the chat area. So be careful what you ask and say, okay? So the habit of biting is going to happen, and it's natural and it's good. And the reason that happens is 2 reasons. One is because your puppy is bored. 2 is because your puppy is going through what we call teething. Teething is a situation that your puppy is replacing its puppy teeth with adult teeth. And it is very normal for them to get stressed and anxious when that happens. Just their gum is just feeling a little bit, I would say, it gets funny. So they have this funny feeling. Um, so what you want to do is provide things that your puppy can work on. The best thing to do is uh, raw bones, provide raw bones. The other thing that you want to do is chew toys. If you go to your local pet store and go and look around, you will see different size and shapes and textures of chew toys. Get those chew toys and just 5, 10, 20 of them, and just put it all over the house and let your puppy go for them rather than biting things. Okay. Also, I have a video that I've talked about this. I'm going to put it in the chat area. Training Beagle puppy to stop biting. I don't know if you've seen this video, but that video will help you as well. Why might Beagle bark to someone who come to my house? Ashish is asking as well. Because it's a Beagle, as you said, it's 12 months old. It's a Beagle. At this age, I would say the excitement. Something new happened, something new came in the house, so they get excited about people coming in and going. So barking is a natural way of communication for Beagle. Beagles have been bred and designed to hunt and bark and bay at the prey, to let the hunter, the human, know where the prey is, right? So barking is very natural behavior. If a Beagle doesn't bark, is something wrong with that Beagle, first of all. And second of all, if it barks, it's good to let them bark, because imagine if you were a singer, you had this passion in your heart and soul to sing, and you were not able to sing. You can't stop. It would be very negative if I, if I pushed back on that energy and ability that you, for example, you have singing, right? And I said, no, don't sing, stop singing, right? You want to sing, you have the passion, you have the feel and the energy for singing, right? So if I allowed you to sing, you will bloom. But if I say don't sing, it will redirect to other negative emotional and behavioral issues. So for a Beagle, you have to let them bark. It's a natural thing. So it's not that I'm saying let them bark like crazy, but you have to learn how to manage the barking as well. So let me see if I have a video about barking I can share. I have lots of videos about barking. But what I want you to do is, because it's a puppy, I want you okay. So what I'm going to share is going to be this video. So I want you to watch this video. I'm going to share it in the chat area. So go ahead and watch that. Okay. So how to stop my dog's barking permanently. Although I'm saying permanently, I don't mean like permanently, literally. I just mean, control it better. Okay. All right. Next question is from Tony B. My Beagle is almost a year, and we really want to go on walks with her without the lead, but the treats aren't getting her back. Is there another way to train her? Of course. Treats don't work in general, whether you have a Beagle or whatever breed of dog you have. That is why I don't use treats, because treats and food, they lose their value when there is a higher level of distraction and stimulation and reward everywhere around them, especially when you take a beagle for a walk, right? And there are several reasons. One is because um, dogs, they don't value treats as much as we think. As much as you think that treats are valuable to dogs, they're not. um, Treats and basically are food, and food has its time and place and space to be interacting with. There's a time to eat and there's a time to not eat. And when a dog, especially a beagle, is out there, there's hundreds of smells, sound, and scents, and um, things visually come across that override the value of treats. So one of the reasons I don't use treats to train dogs is because it works against you most of the time. There are a few times, yes, that it works when you use treats. The only time I would say it works when you use treats is when you're teaching your dog a complex trick. It's a different, you're teaching your dog a complex trick. What I mean by complex trick, for example, you've seen in the movies that the dog goes by the window, looks out the window, and then jumps off the window on the car, and then gets in the car, and and then gets to the, for example, either drives the car or gets in the car and catches the bad guy. That is a very complex task for a dog to do. The dog would not A normal dog wouldn't do that uh, task from the beginning to the end. To get the dog to do that task, yes, you need to use treats or food to get the dog to learn that complex connection and trick and all that. So that's the only time I would use treats. Other than using a complex trick, I don't use treats. Especially if you have a beagle, it's like you have, don't get me wrong with this example. If you have somebody who's addicted to drugs and you use drugs that the person is addicted to get to solve the problem of their addiction. You know what I mean? You have to you can't help that person if it's addicted to a drug or something with giving them the same drug over and over and thinking that they will be helped. So if a beagle, especially a dog or a breed that is foodie, like, now I'm not saying that it's, when we say foodie, it doesn't mean that they are food motivated. You know what I mean? There's a difference between foodie and food motivation. Foodie is, I'm foodie, I love food, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna leave everything behind and just go for the food. If there was a matter of life and death and food, I would choose life and death to deal with that situation. The food doesn't become as important for me, even though I love food. I love to eat, but it's not as important as things like, loving my wife, caring for my wife, for my dogs, walking them, taking the time to listen to a music. Listening to a music, for me, for example, is more important than eating food. When I hear a music, when I play a music, or when I listen to a music, it it, it makes me feel 100% more alive and healthier and better emotionally, mentally, physically, compared to when I eat a delicious food. You know what I mean? food has value, but it doesn't have as much value as people think, right? So that's the thing. For dogs, especially beagles who are foodie, they're foodie just like me. I'm foodie too, but it doesn't mean that food is important for them when it comes to other issues, right? Especially when you take them for a walk, right? Uh, Food motivated is a slang that food companies, food treat dog treat food companies provided created to get you to think that, oh, you have a food motivated dog, so you better buy food and treats to use to treat or train your dog. Food motivated, every single person and every single living thing is food motivated. Yes. So one thing is being foodie, one thing is being other one is food motivated. All animals, including your dog, every single animal is food motivated. We live because we need food. We are motivated by having food. But yes, it is important to have food. We are food motivated. The only way that we can survive is by eating food. And because of that, we are food motivated. But we are not foodie. Everybody is not foodie. There are dogs and breeds who don't care about food. You put steak in front of them, they will rather go play with the ball than eating the steak, right? So there's a difference between foodie and food motivated, anyways. And also, when you put a beagle in an outdoor environment, it's loaded and bombarded with a lot of information, temptations, and distractions. So your goal should be, first of all, to train your dog, to train your beagle basic obedience, then on leash training, which is about 6 to 1 year of training on a leash, and then off leash training, and then off leashing your beagle. You have to go through all these steps, which many people don't do, right? And then they off leash their beagle or their dog and expecting the beagle to stay around and come to them. You're not going to get the results that you want by just hoping that automatically that dog is going to do exactly what you want it to do. So what you want to do is learn all the things that you need to know. So the way you're going to do is, here's an opportunity. You have to learn all the things that I just mentioned. The basic obedience, leash training, long leash training, off leash training. So you're going to learn all these things in my online course, which is called Dog Training Method Without Treats or Food. And this is an ideal course for you and cases like yours, right? So there are lots of content in here, right? We go through all of everything that you need. So basic obedience, right? And look what there is as well. Let me see. There are games that you can play. How dogs learn. A dog's 5 essential needs. Basic obedience, right? And then also you learn how to walk your dog on a leash walking as well. There are lots of information here. So that would be your ideal form of going through this concept of understanding how to get your dog to go from your beagle from going, on leash and then going to off leash without using treats. I know it was a little bit of long explanation, but it was a good opportunity for me to explain about and devaluing treats or treat training. Okay, so one more question and that would be it. The last question here is, my 5-month-old beagle Rocky sometimes something at home that he's not supposed to have, like gloves, and will play chase when I try to take it away. What can I do to get him to drop it quickly? So the way you're going to address that is you're going to have to teach your dog a verbal cue, right? Which is, in my case, I use the word no, which you can again learn from one of my videos on my channel. You teach it the word no, so it responds to the verbal cue of no. Second of all, you have to start providing your Beagle, Rocky, its daily 5 essential needs. The reason it's doing that is because you're not exercising it properly, you're not training, so you're not teaching it to respond to your verbal cues, and also because you're not exercising it enough, it comes up with games and things, forms of ways of entertaining itself. So it goes and grabs things, right, like gloves to entertain itself. And you're not socializing probably also in this day and age, but you're focused on providing care and affection. Okay, so you're doing things in the wrong order, you're not doing all of this, you're not providing all this. Again, if you want to learn more in details about these 5 essential needs, I have an online course which you can register and learn those as well, and go from there. So provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. If you want in depth, I have videos on my channel as well, which free content as well. You can learn there too. But if you want to go more in depth, I have an online course as well. But that's what it is. You're not providing enough stimulation and training. So there's no way for your puppy, Rocky, to communicate to you. When you say stop it and running after your Beagle, Rocky, and saying stop it, when you say stop it, it doesn't mean anything to Rocky. You have to train it to learn that stop it means do this, right? In your mind, you think, okay, Rocky should know what stop it is, right? If I grab it and I say, no, don't do it, is going to know. No, that doesn't make any sense. You have to teach it properly. And the way you teach it is by training it, right? Training is very important when you have a dog who doesn't listen to you, right? Because you don't have a communication system between you and your Beagle. So therefore, your Rocky doesn't listen to you. You can speak, you could be speaking, it's like, foreign language to me. If somebody speaks a foreign language that I don't know, to me, I'm not going to respond to it because I don't know what he's saying. Same thing applies to you. If Rocky doesn't know what you're saying, what it means, it's not going to respond to you, right? So training is important. So hope that answered your question. So that would be it for today. Thank you everybody for joining in. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon as well, like and share this video. And if you enjoyed the content that I'm sharing, make sure to support the channel by the many options that are available on the channel. And also, make sure to watch my Sunday's video. It's a fascinating conversation that I'm going to have with somebody very special. All right? That's all I'm going to say. So until next time, have fun with your dog, okay? Don't forget to have fun